Yesterday we were discussing how in this world one calls out the holy name of the Lord when one is in fear, or one is in great ecstasy, or one is feeling separation from the Lord, or one is meeting the Lord. At other times, we tend to become covered over, and when we chant the holy name, we may chant it unconsciously, due to which it causes niyamagraha. Niyamagraha means to uh, reject chanting. Niyama agraha means to accept chanting in a mechanical way. So, how can the chanting of the holy name be done very consciously and with the full spiritual absorption? That's a very important question. For this, one should cultivate, first of all, a renounced temperament while living in this world. Like Vidura always lived in the palace of the Kurus in a renounced temperament. Renounced temperament means I am living in the palace, but the palace doesn't belong to me. I am using things, these things don't belong to me. I am living in an ISKCON temple which has facilities like a car or a room or a locker uh, or many other facilities they have provided me. These facilities don't belong to me. They are given to me and they may be taken away anytime. So, living in this mode is actually called renounced temperament. Nothing belongs to me. Idam namama. So, on the contrary, if you become attached to some possessions, uh, like this is my car, this is my room, this is my locker, these are my belongings. So that causes material absorption. Whereas renounced temperament, it helps you get the mind relieved from the materially possessive mentality. Similarly, you have some followers like counselees or mentees whom you preached and brought. If I have a possessive mentality, they are my people, then in case they don't listen to you or in case they want to go with somebody else, we become extremely upset because of possessive mentality. You should know that nothing in this world belongs to me. I have only one possession, which is Krishna. Krishna is my Lord. His lotus feet is my possession. That's all. Other than that, I have nothing to possess in this world. So, in this way, giving up the proprietorship mentality by negating the material goods and the followers that we possess, negating it by renounced temperament and possessing Krishna's lotus feet and fondly serving Krishna's lotus feet. This will actually purify our mind and elevate our mind, by which material attachments can be gradually overcome. Secondly, the controllership mentality comes due to superiority complex. When we tend to think that I am superior to somebody, how to counteract it? Always we should think, dasosmi, I am servant, or I am dasanudas, gopi bhartur padakamalayur, dasanudas. I am not only servant of devotees, I am servant of the servant of devotees. Or I am also a follower of the Mahajanas. Mahajano yena gata sapantha. Great souls are walking ahead, I am simply following them. And I have no great buddhi or I have no great shakti. I am an insignificant speck and I am not a very important person. I am an insignificant person. There are so many great souls. I can simply hear from them, learn from them, follow them, and become their servant. So, the adopting this mindset of das will actually help us overcome anger. Because if somebody is not inferior to me, everybody else is superior to me, how can I become angry on somebody who is my master? Somebody is superior to me. So if I call everybody as a Prabhu, everybody as a master, if I think like that, then mind becomes calm, cool, collected. Uh, so we are willing to adjust. Imagine somebody is working in a company. He yells at his boss. Next day his job will be out. He'll be laid off from the company. So we know that we cannot yell at someone superior. But sometimes we think superior also to be inferior to us. Therefore we fight with them. So in this way, if you want to calm the mind from controllership mentality, for that we have to think dasosvi. Look at Durvasa Muni. He thought Ambarish Maharaj is inferior. and he considered himself to be superior. Therefore, he got into trouble. Uh, Similarly, Hiranyakashipu got himself superior and he thought Prahlad is inferior. He didn't know him to be a Mahabhagavata. He got into trouble. Daksha Prajapati insulted Shiva because he thought, I am father-in-law of Shiva. He is my son-in-law. He is an inferior man. So he got into trouble. But if we think everybody is superior to us, everybody is our Prabhu, and we are Dasanadas, uh, and we are follower of Mahajanas, so that's the right type of thought to give up this superiority complex. Then mind becomes immediately purified, calm, cool, collected. I am simply servant. And that's a very favorable consciousness for chanting the holy name. When I think I am the servant of the devotees, servant of Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas. Similarly, um, the enjoying mentality completely takes our focus away from the chanting because we are always thinking in terms of how I can enjoy. Enjoyership makes us think I am the pivot of everything in this world and all things are revolving around me and everyone should be at my beck and call. This kind of thought is enjoyership mentality, which is a foolish mentality. Actually, everything in this world is happening by the will of the Lord and everything is revolving around the Lord. Just like sun is in the center and all planets revolve around it. Similarly, we are all revolving around the Lord. All the jivas are dependent on the Lord, even for breathing, even for drinking water, even for eating food, even to sit on a platform like the earth. We are totally dependent. To think that I am the center and everything revolves around me is a sign of insanity. It's a sign of craziness. So, how do we give up this craziness? For that, we should use our senses in serving the Lord and serving the devotees. Because practically serving with our hands and legs and applying our intelligence and mind, when we render service, gradually we begin recognizing I am serving somebody, that person must be the center. Otherwise, why am I serving? Like put Lord in the center and you go for a pradakshina. Then you understand maybe he's the center, not me. Because nothing is revolving around me, I am only revolving around the Lord. So he is the center. At least the mind thinks. So we have to, if somebody is having that mentality of enjoyership, they have to do a lot of sevas. They have to do. Go and distribute books. For whom am I distributing books? For Prabhupada. So Prabhupada is the center. I am circumambulating. Who? The Lord. So Lord is the center. And I am serving devotees. So devotees are my center. In this way, we take ourselves away from the center and put the Lord and the Guru and Acharya and devotees in the center. So we have to render services positively. So if you see Kalia, Nag, he occupied the Yamuna in Vrindavan, which was not his place. It was Krishna's abode, Vrindavan. And he is occupying the Yamuna and considering the Yamuna to be his own. That is proprietorship mentality. And then when Krishna came into the water, he became angry on him. He became bloodshot. Kalia became bloodshot in his eyes. And he was showing his tongue like a forked tongue, trying to hiss and bite Krishna angrily, which means he also developed a controllership mentality. And he came with his whole family and followers, everybody living in Yamuna. So he thought, I am the enjoyer of Yamuna. And he was polluting Yamuna. He was killing the Vajibasis. He was killing even the birds flying in the sky, causing so much havoc due to his enjoyership mentality and thinking that I am the enjoyer. Neither was he a proprietor, nor was he a controller, nor was he an enjoyer. And our problem is the same. So we have to always think, whenever I think I am the proprietor, I am like Kalia. I am occupying Krishna's property and claiming to be proprietor. And I'm trying to control the other jivas by my anger, which is like the Kalia's controllership mentality. And I am trying to become the pivot by assuming self-importance for myself, thinking everyone should be at my beck and call and things like that. So one should pray to the Lord just as you subdued Kalia by dancing on Kalia's hoods and removing his stock of poison. Similarly, my dear Lord, when I am chanting the whole name, you dance on my tongue so that all this poisonous mentality of proprietorship, controllership, enjoyership will be finished and I'll become humbled like Kalia falling at your feet and become purified so that I can also offer a prayer to you. So this is our prayer when we are approaching the Lord while chanting the holy name. Harinam Prabhu ki Let us offer our humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord, who are just like desert trees or ocean of mercy, full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti Vaishnava vrinda ki, Vaishnava Thakur Srila Prabhupada ki, Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki,